NATO, Hungarian Parliament ratifies Finland's membership.
Here's a summary of the article.
As a result, the city is regularly bombarded by Russian forces. In June, the Russians cut off one of the two main access roads to the city and positioned themselves to the east and south. 2 dead as Russian missiles hit multiple cities in Donetsk. A Russian bombardment in the eastern Ukrainian city of Slavyansk left at least 2 dead and 29 injured, the regional governor announced on Monday. There are 2 dead and 29 injured in Slavyansk. Administrative buildings and offices have been damaged as well as 5 buildings and 7 houses, Governor Pavlo Kyrylenko said on Facebook, adding that Russian forces had hit the center of the city with 2 S-300 missiles. Russian forces have made capturing the Donetsk region their top military priority and announced last year that they had annexed it, although multiple reports rule out complete Russian control in the region. Officials from Poland and the European Union on Monday discussed artillery munitions manufacturing as part of a new, €2 billion program to supply Ukraine in its war against invading Russian forces and to replenish Europe's dwindling stocks.
This post received a score of 23,000, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Lol. Is Russia about to double the size of its border with NATO?
More than double, I think. Isn't the present border just the 3 Baltic states plus a tiny bit of Norway?
Plus Poland's border with Kaliningrad.
True. But I don't imagine that's any longer than the other 4 components. If I had to guess just from memory, the longest existing bit is probably Russia-Latvia followed by Russia-Estonia.
Russia-Estonia is 325 kilometers, Russia-Latvia is 270 kilometers. And yes, Russia's combined border with the 5 NATO countries is 1,261 kilometers, shorter than the 1,272 kilometers border with Finland. Wikipedia.
Greater than Russia-Estonia is 325 kilometers, 142.0 kilometers of that is on a lake though.
And 1,200 kilometers with Finland is frozen ice wasteland.
Hey. At least for a good blink of an eye or two it's quite pleasant here in July. And mosquitoes.
That Wednesday afternoon is my favorite season.
Figures. Of course the summer season is on a Wednesday.
I really don't understand how Orban thinks he comes out of this looking strong and powerful. He gave the go-ahead immediately after Erdogan signaled his okay for Finland. Differentiating between Sweden and Finland wasn't even a topic in Hungary before that. He comes out of this looking like Erdogan's sidekick or lapdog, nothing more.
The article says Turkey hasn't ratified Finland's entry yet. So Hungary would not be the last to do so, which I think is what Orban has been saying all along.
Turkey will ratify within a few weeks. Once it's done we can officially say that Putin played himself. Edit. Apparently even sooner.
He tested the West in Georgia and we did nothing. He tested the West in Crimea, and we did nothing. Finally we have stood up and said, no more. I am very glad that we did, but I wasn't fully convinced that we would. Up until last year, we were essentially signaling to Russia that we don't care. Yes, you're definitely right, Putin did play himself. But it's important to note that he did not immediately begin invading Ukraine. There was a lot that lead up to that, and we ignored most of it.
They protested Georgia. It was over before the West could organize much more. They did some pretty stiff, but not groundbreaking, sanctions over Crimea. There were some things planned as a contingency, but it was over before anything more could be lined up. The general invasion escalated about as far as they could short of actually shooting Russians, and it's been much more effective, especially since the conflict lasted long enough for the sanctions proposals to be debated and adapted enough to become reality.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.